What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mace. I'm coming to you from Western Canada. I'm in British Columbia, and I just watched Nitram last night, and it was kind of random. I was just looking through the Amazon Prime recommendations, and this movie popped up, and the screen grab for it, or the title card for it, kind of piqued my interest, and I watched the trailer, and it just looked intriguing. It looked intriguing, and I went into it purposefully, you know, not looking into what it was all about because I was aware that it said it's a true story in the little trailer that I watched, that it's a true crime, that the events of this young man's life, and it kind of goes through it, and then there's a horrible calamity or leads to horrible eruption of violence, whatever the trailer tag said. Uh, Now, of course, after watching the film, I know what it's all about. I thought it was quite good. I thought it was really good. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days since I watched it, so it did something right. Just the kind of okay. First of all, the first thing I'll talk about for this movie, and if you've seen it, let me know in the comments. Make sure to get a discussion going. Let me know what you think about it. I would love to start looking at Australian movies and different ones. I need to rewatch Wake in Fright, and maybe I could do a movie review and we can talk about that. And I'd love to see what you guys say about it and what you think about my perspective. It'd be really, really interesting to get conversations going and videos going about that, to supplement, reactions and other cultural content that we've been able to take a look at. But Caleb Landry Jones, man, Caleb Landry Jones, what a performance. Just so much energy and so much subtlety, terrifying, yet there's that underlying, you can see it behind his eyes, even if he's not smiling or laughing or dependent on his expression, there's that twinkle of there's that twinkle of just being psychotic behind his eyes. There's that twinkle of madness, that sheen of crazy. Almost reminded me a bit of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. He just brought that same kind of energy, very kinetic, very. He could go from one, expression to the next, but I don't really know how to put into words. Let's just say Caleb Landry Jones absolutely was amazing. Judy Davis as his mother, very, very, also a very, very good performance. Heartbreaking. Essie Davis as this older woman that he meets, Helen, this heiress who has all this money and kind of befriends him, and then the nature of her death. I'm not going to go into spoilers. Well, the movie's about the Port Arthur massacre. Well, at least the man who committed the Port Arthur massacre. Anthony LaPaglia, who I believe is Canadian. Just let me double check that. Anthony LaPaglia. Yeah. Oh, he's an Australian actor. My bad. I don't know why I thought he was Canadian. I think I thought he was Canadian because he played a Canadian gangster in a television show. Just let me see if I can find that really quick. But he was fantastic. He looked like he'd I don't know if he gained weight for it necessarily, but Bad Blood, yeah, he plays Vito Rizzuto in Bad Blood, which is actually a fairly decent little show, Canadian crime drama. So I don't know why I thought LaPaglia was Canadian, but I definitely recognized him when I saw there he is there. So I don't know if he put on weight. He must have, because look at him, he's back down to a normal weight because he's quite heavy in Nitram. He was really good. Another heartbreaking performance and just, yeah, pretty evocative film, man. Pretty evocative film. And it brings up a lot of questions. It's unsettling. It's challenging. It's kind of challenging the viewer, to think, and challenging the viewer to examine their own biases and own perceptions of how we can confront mental health issues, how we can evaluate, identify, prevent these types of outbursts of violence in society, how this particular event affected Australia with government's gun restrictions coming in afterwards. The caption at the end of the movie says, but in present day, there's now more guns owned by Australians than there was at the time of the massacre. So it confronts a lot of those things. You can apply another lens of like the American gun control situation. And I watched the Jim Jeffries bit the other day about gun control. The video got blocked. I tried to upload it, but that was interesting as well. Yeah, watched it randomly. My wife also watched it with me, and she was quite interested in it. It is darkly captivating. It's definitely darkly captivating, and yeah, I thought it was a pretty extraordinary film. There's also that question of, is this movie in good taste? Should they make a movie that's bringing attention to this evil act and this evil person? What are your beliefs on evil and evil people? And, why did this happen? Could it have been prevented? Is there enough resources? The questions go on and on and on. You can look at it through so many lenses. I thought it was really, really good. It just makes you think. And I thought it was a very good choice by the director to, leave the violent act off screen. You really don't see him. You don't see him explicitly committing any violent acts besides his, intentionally grabbing the steering wheel thing, which is when you first see it in the movie, when they're taking the vehicle for a test drive, you think it's like a playful thing that he's doing. But when you start to unlayer it and look at it, it's like kind of terrifying, because it sounds like from a young age he had, these abnormal behaviors of like intentionally hurting people, hurting animals, shooting things. He was bullied, but he obviously had mental health issues. I don't know if it's just ADHD, and all of these abnormal behaviors that he had. But yeah, the personality disorder. Amazing performance by Landry Jones. Thought the movie was good. If you guys don't think it was good, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear a discussion about it. It was kind of funny. I kind of randomly watched it. I didn't know it was an Australian film when I started it. But I quickly found that out, obviously. Yeah. All right. Cheers.